Okay.
Hi. Hi, I'm Erin from HunterJumper.com, and I'm here with my good friend and trainer, Julie Devine. And we today want to talk about show clothes, what's appropriate to wear and what's not appropriate to wear. And the reason we're doing this is because we have a Q&A page on HunterJumper.com, and most of the questions we get are questions about what to wear for the show ring, what type of tack to use, and what not to use. So we're going to make a few short videos today and go over what to wear and what not to wear for the show ring. So Julie here is modeling an equitation outfit. Now the equitation outfit is the most conservative of all hunter jumper outfits. Equitation, of course, is a discipline that is judged on the rider, both on the flat and over fences. And so the rider really needs to get to look well put together and especially presentable for this discipline. So the colors should be muted, everything should be extremely well tailored. If we look at Julie from head to toe, and she's an excellent example of what to wear for equitation, she's wearing a pair of black tall boots that are well fitting. So you can see that they're the right height on her. This is actually a pair of dress boots. Now, and it's Julie's boots, and Julie is normally an event rider when she competes, so that's why she has her own dress boots on today. But this is a very nice pair. They're made by a German company called Vogel.
Dairdale.
Oh, my bad. A German company called
I
Dairdale.
thought you had Vogels.
These are the Dairdales. The Vogels are at
She has both.
Vogels are at the barn.
Okay.
So it's a very nice pair of boots and very well fitted to her calf, which is really the most important thing. There's a variety of different types of brands that will work for hunter, jumper, and equitation riding, but a good fit is really imperative, both in terms of how much it hugs her calf, her foot size, as well as the height of the boot.
Now, Erin, would you say, if I were to be picky, I would want these a little bit taller on myself. What would you say?
I would agree with you. This is actually an older pair of boots. The newer boots, they make what's called a Spanish top.
Mm-hmm.
So a Spanish top would actually, the back of the boot would still be where it is here, but then the leather would actually come up, further up her knee, and then it would drop back down again at the front of her kneecap. So a lot of times you'll see boots a little bit taller than this, and when we do our hunter segment, you'll see that style of boot on our next model.
Erin, would you say that the dress boot is just as acceptable in the hunter dress boot as the laced boot?
I would say that the dress boot is acceptable and it looks very nice. It's very old school. You don't see very many dress boots in the equitation arena or the hunter arena, but I would say that yes, it's acceptable. It wouldn't be considered unconventional tack. You can definitely wear it, and I mean this pair, for example, looks very nice. But yes, you are more likely to see a field boot, which is the boot that would have the lace right here. That's the field boot style. So that's her boots. Moving on up, she's wearing a very nice pair of breeches. These breeches are by Picor. It's a German brand, and you can see, as she's showing you, that they're the high-waisted breeches. And I still love the high-waisted breeches. Low-rise breeches have come into style in recent years, and you'll see probably almost as many of them as you'll see high-waisted breeches at this point. But I really think that for most riders, a high-waisted breech with the hunt coat is the most flattering thing. They just really slim you out and fit the body nicely. And so I still prefer a pair of high waist breeches, or really normal waist breeches. And these are a side zip. Yes. Now side zip as well as front zip would be appropriate for the equitation arena. And she's wearing a belt. You should always wear a belt. Normally you'd want a black belt to match your boots. However, this is a very traditional, it's a dark Havana bridle leather with a brass clip, and it's got some little nameplates of favorite horses on it. So a little bit of bling, but still subtle. So that's an acceptable belt to wear, but you know, bottom line, one should have an appropriate belt when riding equitation. And the color is important to note. These breeches are a light tan in color, and they're a blend. They're a blend of synthetic and cotton material, so it's a very flattering fit on Julie. And they also have a leather knee patch. So for equitation and hunters, we want knee patch breeches, not full seat breeches. But the color is important. This light tan is very in right now. It's a very basic color. Green beige in the past, green beige tailored sportsmen's at one time were the thing to wear in a very heavy synthetic fabric. The breech was called the Royal Hunter and was kind of the standby of hunter and equitation riders. But we've seen in recent years trends go away from that breech, and now we're seeing more of the light tan, and we're seeing more of the four-way stretch fabric that incorporates a little bit more spandex. And I can tell you from personal experience that the four-way stretch are a lot more comfortable.
Way better.
Way better. So if we continue on up, you can see Julie's wearing a pair of black gloves, and these gloves are leather. It's okay to wear fabric gloves also, as long as they're meant for show. There are some schooling styles that you wouldn't probably want to wear, but the leather is probably the best for equitation, the most traditional. And so she's ready to have good grip on her reins. The other reason in equitation that it's very important to wear black gloves is why, Julie?
Well, it sort of helps disguise your hands a little bit.
Exactly. It disguises your hands, because in equitation, your entire, body and form is being picked apart by the judge, and you're supposed to keep your fingers closed, thumbs on top, hands just inside the vertical. And so having a black glove on, a dark color, is going to minimize any mistakes that you're making with your hands. So even if you don't like gloves, get used to them. For equitation, you want to wear them. So moving up again, Julie's wearing a very conservative combination on top here. The most acceptable color in coats for equitation is either a dark navy blue or black. And I really prefer the navy blue because it's a little bit less funeral-like. And especially on children, I like blue over black.
It's got a little pinstripe.
Can we zoom on the pinstripe? It's actually window pane.
Window pane, okay. Window pane.
It's window pane.
We don't have that much resolution.
That's okay.
We tried.
But,
but yes, dark blue coat. It's made of a light wool material. It's very closely fitted to her body, as she pointed out. With an equitation coat, you want the coat to be somewhat snug. You still need to be able to ride in it, keep your shoulders back, get into your jump position, give with your hands, which she says she'd rip this thing apart.
I might rip this one.
If she got on a horse with it.
Which company is it? Grand Prix, I believe, makes a great stretch coat, which I enjoy.
Okay, so there's a product recommendation for you.
Product recommendation.
Grand Prix, a very common and quality brand. And this coat is actually a brand that I really like. It's RJ Classics.
They're also very good.
RJ Classics, I find, are really tailored for a woman's body, and they frequently fit very well right off the rack. So that's what I like about them. But yes, navy color, important. And then she's wearing the most suitable type of shirt for equitation, which is just a white shirt.
Would you like to hold that?
I'll hold that for you. So there it is. It's white. This is it's an Essex Classics Cool Max shirt with the wrap collar. So when she's not riding, she can unsnap. She can unsnap and be a little bit comfortable. She's got a little bit of pattern flare inside the collar.
It looks so cute. Yeah.
But white really is most appropriate for equitation. You can get away with other colors in the hunter ring for sure, as long as they're subtle. You get a little bit more artistic license in your clothing in the hunter ring over the equitation ring. But really, with equitation, it's best to look just really neat, put together, really muted conservative colors, and just have the emphasis be on your horse and your riding. That's the point of equitation, no extra flair. So then as we move to the top of her, do you like this back? Okay. Julie is wearing one of the most popular types of helmets. Of course, we wear helmets all the time on the showgrounds now, no exceptions, not just in the ring, and they have to be approved helmets. So Julie's wearing the older style GPA helmet, and it's velvet with a black ventilation strip up the center. So this is a common helmet that you'll see. You'll also see a lot of Charles Owen helmets. They make a really nice line of helmets, and they're very popular on the A circuit as well as local shows. And she is wearing a hairnet, which I don't know if you can see it. Run up to the camera, go show. She's wearing a hairnet, and you can see how her hair is done. It covers her ears and just keeps all of the flyaways tucked in. So again, this goes along with being very neat and put together and presentable for the hunter ring. Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. This is an appropriate style for adults and really for any women who are wearing tall boots. Now, we'll talk for a minute about the children's apparel because I know that we have some visitors to hunterjumper.com who are hunterjumperconnection.com website name, who are parents who are trying to dress their children. So the differences for children, really all of the colors and things hold true, but your child would be wearing jodhpurs with paddock boots. When you wear paddock boots, you always want to wear the brown garter straps that go below the knee. So you want a brown paddock boot and a brown jodhpur strap or garter strap around the, under the knees. And then helmets are the same, but the hairstyle is different for a child in paddock boots and garter straps and jodhpurs, which is the little girls are allowed to have pigtails. So pigtails with nice, maybe 1 to 2 inch satin bows.
Braids. Definitely
Yes.
braids.
By pigtails, braids. 2 braids with satin bows in the hair is the way to go. Nothing too crazy, just satin ribbon I think is the best and the most classic look, and that's kind of the difference. So that's how to dress for equitation rider. What not to wear. What not to wear. You mind holding these up? Okay. We have a few examples of things not to wear. So Julie, what's wrong with these for equitation?
These, they have a houndstooth or something pattern on them, and they've got this two-toned thing going on. They're just very far from your show pant.
This is a schooling
Probably
pant.
they'd be great for schooling, and
Yeah.
they're trendy for schooling and for sure. But we don't want to show in anything like this.
Okay, and now, so here's another something you don't want to wear. First thing that's wrong with it, the color. These, again, are very fashionable for schooling. They're gray, but you would never want to wear them in the hunter or equitation show ring. And also, they're a full seat breech. So full seat breeches, that means that this is all leather. So instead of having knee patches, the entire seat is made of leather. And these are used mainly in dressage. A lot of people, including me, like to school in them, but they are not appropriate for the hunter or equitation show ring, and they'd be considered non-traditional, unconventional. And so then this is the final pair. This is actually a really nice pair of breeches. They're tailored sportsmen. They're actually, oh, well that's another problem.
Oh dear, Erin!
That's a separate problem.
Separate problem.
I grabbed the wrong pair, but they're brown. So basically, this style would be great, but the color makes them not something you'd want to show in. You want tan for equitation.
And less holy.
And so here's some other examples of things. Now there's nothing intrinsically wrong with these items. Here's 2 cotton show shirts that have pattern and color on them. These actually would be fine for the hunter ring, but for the equitation ring they're too loud. Stick to your white shirt. And then this is a green, kind of heavier wool show coat. So again, this is hunter green with a pinstripe. Not good for the equitation ring. You want to stick to those basic colors, navy blue or black, preferably navy blue. So that's really all I have to say about equitation clothing. You have anything to add?
What would you say about accessories such as jewelry or makeup?
Oh, that is a good point. Makeup should be very subtle. You can wear makeup if that's what you like to do in the ring, but you don't want any loud lip color, you don't want heavy eye makeup, you don't want to do anything with your makeup in your face that's going to take the emphasis off of your riding and position and the beautiful, hopefully beautiful turnout of your horse. So makeup should stay very subtle, muted natural colors on the lips if you want to wear makeup. There's certainly no rule that says you have to. And then with jewelry, I actually do like to wear earrings when I show, preferably pearl earrings. So a little pearl or diamond stud earring is fine, but you really don't want to have more than a little stud earring in. It's better just to keep it simple, and you definitely don't want dangling earrings, you know, unless you want like a hole in your earlobe. So, oh, I guess the other question we get a lot is about stock pins. Now, with Julie's collar, with this style of collar, which is very popular now, the style that is wrap and comes open, most people don't wear a Sorry, you got black stuff all over here.
Gloves are shitting.
I know. So with this style of collar, you typically don't wear a stock pin. It really doesn't work with that style of collar. You can have these shirts monogrammed. It's still somewhat in to have your collars monogrammed. But part of the reason the stock pins are going out of style is because they actually can be dangerous. If they open on you, they can poke you in the neck. And so wearing them is kind of being discouraged. Like I say, it's acceptable now to have no pin or monogramming on this collar. But if you like to have your collars monogrammed, that's still fine. Again, I would encourage you to keep it subtle. Sometimes just a little bit of flair goes a long way. And that's the final word on equitation show clothes.